Hello everyone. How are you? How is January going for you? It's a little bit slow over here. I am dealing with lurgy. Funnily enough, I wrote a post on it today, and it did make me chuckle actually because I wrote the post and I put as a caveat in there something like, I'm okay. I'm okay with where I am. So no need to fix me. And then there were quite a few comments underneath about along the lines of the fixing, which I found very amusing. I'm actually good. The lurgy is because I overextended myself in an arena that I shouldn't have done in the last few months, and I overrode my body's natural instinct, therefore leaving me vulnerable. And I got sick. It's really quite simple. I know exactly what's behind it all and why I'm here, and I know my body's asking for more rest. So this is perfect because this is what I teach about. And I got to do an incredible session today with a wonderful person who is going through that process of really leaning in, listening to their body, and letting that be the deciding factor in how they run their life. And it's a brave step to be able to do that. It's a hugely brave step. I think most of us hear a lot of these phrases banded around and pay a bit of lip service to them, but then ultimately go back to our old patterns and then wonder why things don't change. And it usually isn't until something, and I was having a conversation with someone this week, and they said, it's not usually until a major health crisis. Nobody wants to talk about health. It's not until there's a major health crisis that they actually want to deal with it. Or they still don't want to deal with it. And in fact, what I do and what people like me do, it's usually the last place people will go when something is going on with them. They will start with traditional medicine and then work their way back to actually, perhaps I possibly create my health from inside. So, and I am on a bit of a campaign, a bit of a mission to educate more about that, because I believe it's so important. It's important for our own health and well-being. And actually, on a grander scale, if you're listening from another country, this might not be quite so relevant, but in the UK, we have the National Health Service. And on a grander scale, if you learn how to look after your health from an earlier stage in your development, you're taking the pressure off things like the national health. It stops becoming almost like an addictive, like something goes wrong, we pop to the doctor. We don't think, what's going on in my system, what can I do? Well, I do, but it took cancer for me to really own that space. So I'd like to see more people out there doing that first. And yes, it's not possible. It's not always possible. Sometimes something major happens and that's where we need to go. So I'm not discounting that, but I have heard some incredible stories over the years in talking to paramedics about reasons why people call paramedics. Let's just say eyelashes stuck in the eye. I mean, I wouldn't dream anyway. But yes, that was a true story. Somebody called a paramedic. The paramedics out because they had an eyelash stuck. But that person possibly couldn't be helped by educating about their own health, because I think that's coming from somewhere else. So this is what I really talk about and want to aim to kind of educate out there about, looking after our own health. And this is what I aim to do with my Supercharge Your Life healing package, where we unpick a lot of different areas that make up our health and well-being, to look at all of the elements that play into that. And over the course of 6 sessions, we can do a lot of work. We can do a lot of rewiring, restructuring, and putting plans in place. So I've talked about movement, I've talked about mindset, and today I want to talk a little bit about meditation and energy work. So, as always, as one of my fabulous coaches says, Helen Tudor, other opinions are available. You don't like what I say, that's perfectly fine. Please feel free to go elsewhere and look for other information. So when I talk about meditation, we are getting super simple with it. I am not a fan of anything complicated when it comes to meditation. For me, meditation is a practical piece of the story. Meditation is there to enable you to be able to go out into the world and live a better life, feeling more centered as you do so. So when I have run meditation groups over the years, I set the space up. People either sit or lie down, or if they really want to, stand. They get comfortable. They get their bodies comfortable, and so I'm just maneuvering my camera. They get their bodies comfortable, and then I get them to close their eyes. I get them to focus on their breathing, and then they start to sink into a level of relaxation into their own bodies. I'm going to be really honest here. I am not a fan. I can't speak. I am not a fan of meditation that take you out of your body. I doesn't work for me. So that's not what I teach. I'm about coming in. Now you will drift as you're going through that, but I don't do the meditation where you go on some sort of journey to a beach and through a door and down a road. I keep it really simple. We work with colors, we work with visualizations, and we work on bringing you into your body and grounding you in your body. That's the aim, so that you have in that meditation space. It's about it's like being in an exercise class. Meditation is spiritual exercise. And so you go to an exercise class and you do the intense work there. And then you might have a more fluid program in your own life. And meditation, I see, is like that. So you go into a meditation space and you do whatever you do, 30 minutes, an hour, in a guided space, and it's intense, deep levels of relaxation. Then you take that, and that allows you to go into your life with more mindfulness, but then you build your practice each day. And that's the key. I have found that that's the key over the years. It's not necessarily going to the classes, it's what you do day to day. So for me, my practice is wake up. First thing I do is 5 to 10 minutes of meditation. And it's just literally closing my eyes, breathing. I'm at the point where stuff will come up quite quickly if I need to address it. And I might set my aura at a color. I might set my crown chakra at a color. I might do a little bit of aura cleaning on myself, and then I'm good to go. I'm good to go for the day. And it's unlikely I'll sit down again to do that until the next day. Now, other opinions are available and other practices are available. So you may wish to do more or less than that. I always say to people when they're starting out, if it seems so unattainable, it's 2 minutes in the toilet. Close the door and close your eyes for 2 minutes. That's it. You need to teach your system this is a good thing. And I don't believe we do that by beating ourselves over the head trying to get there. I think it's about working with the body. It's about being comfortable, and it's about keeping it simple. So when I run the sessions, we use very simple visual imagery, and we continually focus on the breathing, so that as much as possible, it's an in-body experience, but you create a sense of relaxation and rejuvenation at the same time. And this is where the energy work happens. So when I work with someone, and when I work in the Supercharge Your Life package, healing package, I look at the electromagnetic field of energy around the body, also known as the aura, and I look for frequencies, which usually appear in colors or mental image pictures, that are affecting the person I'm sitting in front of, living the best life they can live, feeling the best they can in their body. And what I see is usually pertinent to that theme. And I communicate what I see. Sometimes we talk about it. It usually opens up a conversation. and we do adjustment work from there. And sometimes just seeing the energy starts to shift it. Sometimes it opens up a door, conversation needs to happen, bit of dialogue, sometimes homework is needed. The way I work is all very bespoke to the person I'm working with. There is no point me coming in with a plan if it doesn't fit who I'm working with. And where I've succeeded the best over the years in this work is by working in that way. Often people come and they have a sense of things that they want to look at or get information on. Sometimes they're just feeling a little lost, or they know there's something they want more in life and they can't quite get at it. They don't exactly know what it is, can't put the finger on it. And this is where the energy work comes into its own. So when we work in the Supercharge Your Life package, I use the clairvoyance in every session. So that is our guider. It's that it's the guiding piece of showing me where to look. We have the blueprint of focusing on movement, your mindset, your own energy field, your emotions, your meals, and your me time. And so that's kind of our blueprint. And it won't necessarily work that in each session, a separate section will come up. It's likely to work that in several sections will come up in the same session, and then another layer in a different session, because we don't work in an organized way as human beings. That's not how we're rigged up. And oftentimes a mindset piece might be connected to the emotions, or the emotions might be connected to what you're eating, or the fact that you're unable to put boundaries in place might be connected to the fact that you are unable to look after yourself or put self-care in. So it all links up. So I look for all of this in the energy field when I'm doing this kind of work. I think that's enough. So I hope everybody is well. Stay hunkered down if that's what you need to do, if you're wintering. If you've got the energy and you're streaking ahead in 2024, brilliant. Wherever you're at, be good to yourself. See you soon. Bye.